Okay, this is my next edition of my weaving notes. This is my latest project on the loom. It's a wool herringbone twill gamp scarf. And so I'm using 3 different colors of the 216 tartan yarn from Camilla Valley Farms, the charcoal, the gray, and the black. And you can see the 3 warp stripes, kind of 4 inches each, and it's come down to, as I've woven, it's come down to about 3 3/4 inches each, cinched in just a little bit. The weaving pattern that I'm using, it's just a kind of a 6-shaft herringbone, coming down kind of 8 down to 3, 1 up to 6, 8 down to 3, 1 up to 6, and so there you get your broken twill, giving you the herringbone. And then on the borders again, I've done a plain weave, and so that's kind of expressed up here and then expressed over here, instead of using a floating selvage. And what that ends up looking like, if I come down here, you can see the gray on the charcoal, and then you come down to the selvage, and you can just see there's just a couple of shots of plain weave right on the edge there. That just gives you a really nice finish, and don't have to worry about going up and down for the floating selvage. What's interesting to me about this project is using the 3 colors. So I've got the black here, got the gray here, and the charcoal there. And then I've crossed it here with gray, crossed here with charcoal, and then crossed up here with the black. So, let's see. I love that black on charcoal, where you can just make out the herringbone, but it's just a beautiful little texture in there. Kind of the solid colors kind of lose the texture. I'm looking kind of solid in the black. I picked up the cat hair. Solid in the black. Solid in the gray. On gray, you can kind of see the herringbone still. But in the darker colors, it just disappears. But if I look kind of on kind of these 9 squares, this square here is gray weft over a charcoal warp. And this square here is charcoal weft over a gray warp. And so these 2 are the exact same yarns. And you can see the only difference here is that the light gray is in the warp going vertically, and the light gray is in the weft going horizontally here. And so it gives you a different texture, different tones of color in the direction of which is warp, which is weft. And I guess that's because it's not a perfectly balanced 2-2 twill. That's my assumption. So you can see there between the gray and the charcoal. And then this here is the black with gray. And then up here is the black with gray. So if I come here, you can see these 2 squares again are the exact same 2 types of threads, gray and black. This one has the gray weft, black warp, or sorry, gray warp, black weft. Down here is the black warp, gray weft. And again, the warp is expressed more than the weft is in both of those. And so you get, in these 9 squares, we have all the different color combinations. And I thought we were only going to have, you know, a couple of color combinations, but we're actually getting 6 different unique dual colors. I'm doing this as a sampler. It's going to end up being a scarf, but I'm looking forward to a project shortly where I'm going to be doing 15 yards of herringbone fabric, kind of the full 60-inch width of the loom. But I just want to know first kind of what we're going to want for the eventual outcome. The fabric eventually is going to be made into vests for our family pipe band. We just have to see what the band chooses in terms of what pattern for the vest first. So that's going to be my favorite right there. But everyone's going to vote, and everyone's going to be different. So we'll see. And then I'll hook it up here and do a little bit of the weaving just to kind of show the progress, and we'll call that a note. Weaving on the herringbone. The herringbone is expressed all up in the heddles, and here's just a simple twill. I do set it up so it's outside, outside, inside, inside, outside left, outside right, inside left, inside right. Okay, and let's see how we're doing size-wise. It's set in the reed at 36 threads per inch, and in the shots I think I'm getting about 32 or so, so every set of 4 does 1/8 of an inch. And I'm trying to go to 3 3/4, and I'm at 3 5/8, so 1 more set of 4, and I'll change colors. Okay, there we are. Thank you very much.